So let's fast forward now to today. So tell us about NSG today and how far it's come in the last few years.
So I think we've been consistent, which is the main thing. I think it's very easy for people to start and then realize how big of a task something like this is.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing for me is I've been consistent. We've been to the events, we've been social media, we've been consistent. We try to be consistent with content. So it's about getting it to that next stage. As I say, it needs. I'm in the stage now where what's going to push me forward is the people with me and the people behind me. That's super important. Given that new sort of line of direction, there's only so much you can do within a certain area. We very much want to move into UK and Europe, and that's where you want to be, of course. And I think it's very much that if a team can develop here, the scene will develop itself.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to show people that what we've done can be achieved here,
Yeah.
and that it can be done no problem. And that's always been a goal, no matter who said what and
Yeah,
whatever.
of course.
I've always wanted to focus on that it will happen, and of course it will happen. It has to. The way the world is going nowadays, there is room for it here.
Yeah.
There's always going to be. It's a lot, and what I would say is it's a lot different than local sport here. You've got your local football teams. You can only really promote locally. Whereas gaming, you can put a tweet out and someone in America sees it, or you can watch a stream and you can be from America or Australia. So it's a lot different. You don't have to focus on one area, but we focus on it personally and the players to then hopefully push them into UK, Europe, and further afield.
So you've just touched on there about esports locally within Northern Ireland. What would you describe the current landscape of esports, and where do you think the future is of esports as well?
I think the future of esports is going to be very similar to what I was talking about, like football.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get this stage where, certainly there's other organisations, America certainly is big, that they're going to have their own facilities.
Yep.
It's something we've all talked about, and I've talked about this before. The gaming houses thing brings a lot of sort of mental health issues, and with the same people all the time and stuff like. So the training facility stuff, I think, is a very, very good idea. As well, when things start to develop, you're going to find that at the end of the day, you can't expect these people not to have lives. They're going to have families and kids and stuff like that. I think it's very much going to go like the sport aspect, where players will end up in, say for example, Belfast.
Mm-hmm.
Provided house, accommodate, whatever it may be.
Yep.
You then go to your training facility. You then go home to your family, and I think that's when esports will really, really, that it is. It's the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you see that a lot of these gamers leave their girlfriends or leave families and go, and they're away so long, whatever. It's not. The burnout is there, and obviously that's why you guys have come in to try and deal with this. So I think that at that point, that's what we want to go down. We want to be able to help people and help their families and help whatever we can, and that's certainly what I would like to see what happen here.
So you've touched on a few issues within the esports industry currently. What would you say the biggest issues are at the moment that you can see from your experience?
I think they talk about it a lot, and there's only certain few organisations are good at doing it. The career of an esports athlete is very short.
Yeah.
There's a lot of organisations that will develop their players. So for example, they play for say 6 years in League of Legends, for example. They get to stage where they'll turn them into a coach, or they can go into a caster, or develop them as a manager. I think that's important. I think that you want to do that for your players. You want to have a setup where you can give them those opportunities. It's not about, we had you for 6 years, now you're done, we're getting a new player in. You want to look after your players.
Mm-hmm.
You want to then hopefully they go into that coaching role. Same as sport. When a player retires, you tend to find that they go into commentating, or they go into coaching, or an analytical role.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly you want to see esports go the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to just see these people from 17 to 23, and then at 23 years of age you never hear them again.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to develop them, and I know there is organisations that do it, and it's great, and I think that's something that certainly I would like to do, and us all as a collective unit would like to do, to be able to develop people, that they're not getting burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And that that 8 hours a day that they're playing is now pushed into 6 hours, and they have that 2 hours extra to be able to socialise or be able to enjoy themselves. I think that's super important.